Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you. Today I'm going to be sharing some updates with you of some clearance plants or bargain plants that I have purchased in the last 2 months. And most of them I found are Aglaonema. I just recently got into collecting different varieties of Aglaonema, and I just wanted to share with you the updates on these, and a couple of them. The first two that I'm going to show you are the plants that I didn't experiment with. Excuse me. I took the baskets out from the root area of these plants, and I did share that with you in another video. And I just want to share with you the update of how they are doing since I removed those baskets. Okay, so we're going to start off with these two, and this is the Red Siam, and this is the Ghost Frost Agleonemas. And since the last time I showed these to you, they have changed dramatically. There are some dead leaves on these plants because I didn't want to prune or do anything to them until I had the opportunity to show you exactly what they were looking like. And so over here on the Red Siam, I have a couple of leaves that, well, maybe not this one. This one right here definitely is already gone. And there's another one inside here that needs to be pruned off. This plant altogether needs to be watered, but it is doing very, very well. And there are so many new growth points in this plant since this is a brand new leaf right here. And there's a new leaf coming in right over here. And then back here, there are two new growth points right there and right there. There are two new growth points. And in the event that you didn't see the video where I repotted these, what I did was I repotted these plants and I crammed a whole bunch of roots into a small pot instead of after I took the baskets off, because it seems as if the plants that I had, once I removed the baskets, it seemed as if the plants kind of stalled with their growth of leaves because they were working on their roots, because they went from a tiny, tiny little basket around them to a big pot, even though it was the same size pot. So my theory was if I were to cram more roots into one small pot, it would make it an easier transition for them to go into a bigger pot. And so far, I think that that has been working. Now, again, the Red Siam is a very thirsty plant. It is more thirsty than this Ghost Frost over here. They were both watered at the very same time when I repotted them. I haven't touched them since. I do have some leaves over here that need to be taken off of the Ghost, just pretty much the same amount that needed to come off of the Red Siam. And once again, up here I have lots of growth. What was that? Oh, my name tag just came out of it. I'll put it back later. There's lots of growth sprouting up in all of the plants that are on this plant right here. And so I'm really happy with the results that I got from these plants, because they are definitely doing well, even though their pots, according to what would be typical for the average house plant, their pots are entirely too small for the amount of roots in these pots. But they're doing really well, and I'm happy about that. Again, the changeover for me with this one is this is very, very soft. Normally by now I would not need to water this, but I definitely need to water it, and that's probably why a couple of these browned, because it needs to be watered more often because there are more roots in one small pot. Whereas this one right here, this still feels nice and crisp. And so I wouldn't even water this one. I would just prune it and I would leave it as it is. But then this one I will definitely update with the water. And I did start off with this one, but I was supposed to start off with my plant that I no longer have, which is my Alocasia cuprea. My Alocasia cuprea did not make it. When I purchased it, it was already rotted, and I was hoping to be able to harvest the corms that were inside of the soil, but it just did not the plant didn't make it, the corms didn't make it. I think that the root rot was just entirely too intense for it to do much of anything, and I was really sad about it. I thoroughly enjoyed the plant while it was there. I mean, I really, really enjoyed that plant. And I think that I will definitely try to find another one of those, but I think I want to start it from corm. I am finding that my alocasias that I have that are started from corms seem to be, well, from the beginning, they're acclimated to my space. And so it's a lot easier for them to continue, especially since I don't run a humidifier for all of my plants. They just go with the natural humidity in my home. I do have a humidifier now that is downstairs in my living room, and since I've been running it, I have to tell you, my fiddle leaf fig that is next to it is taking off. It's amazing how much it's taking off. I will share that with you in a future video. But just talking about my alocasias, this was another rescue plant that I have, and this is a baby dragon scale. And I purchased this in hopes of going along with the challenge that Plants and Tings was doing on her channel, where she had a few rescue plants that she wanted to just work on and then update, and she wanted people to join in. And so this was the plant that I was definitely going to include in that. This had 3 leaves when I purchased it. One of them was already on the way out, and then 2 of them seemed fine, but they both died. And I just kept babying the soil and doctoring up what was in the soil just to see if it would produce anything afterward. And it did. It produced this beautiful little baby here. And it's actually starting to get some darker veining on the back of the plant. I am so excited about this little baby, not to mention the fact that she has a new baby coming in. So I'm really excited about her because she's doing very, very well, even though there was a major setback because all the rest of the leaves died. But she still looks amazing. She was really green maybe 3 days ago, but now she has beautiful silver coloring with dark green veins. And I just noticed as I picked it up right just now that it has dark brownish veins on the back. So I'm really excited about her. She's so cute. Isn't she a precious little thing? And she sits in my west facing window. This is my bedroom. I haven't done a tour of my bedroom yet, but I will definitely do a tour soon. I will not be showing the entire room. I'll just be showing the side with my plants, only because I like to respect my husband's privacy. So I will just be showing my plant side. So we'll put her right there. Okay, the next alocasia that I'm working with is this little cutie. This is an azlanii, and I know you're thinking, no, she's not cute, but she is cute. She's a cutie, and she's been lasting, and I'm so happy that so far she has lasted. And she had much more on her before. I believe she came with 3 leaves, and the other all of the leaves died off. This one right here came in before, like it was on its way in when I purchased it. So it came in and then it flowered, and I said, oh no, is that, I know sometimes they say that plants flower when they are about to die just to try to save themselves, and it did. Oh, I just noticed that it has a new stem coming up. I just noticed this. Oh wow, look right there. It's I'm trying not to laugh because then I'll start coughing. I am so excited. Oh, she has such fabulous roots in there, and she is, I mean, this is so firm. I could literally lift this entire plant up with this or this stem right here. They're so firm. As much as she just has so much damage, I don't know what I did wrong, but it's okay. She's doing what she has to do to survive, and I'm going to coach her on through it, and I'm really excited about her. Look how pretty. She's going to be amazing. I am so excited about that. Okay, let me put you back over here so I don't damage your new leaf. Okay, I think that was all of the alocasias. So back to Agleonema. This was the next Agleonema that I rescued, and this one right here is, I did remove the baskets, and it is doing well without the baskets, but it just recently started producing more leaves. This was one that I looked at and I realized, and this is the Sparkling Sarah, and this, let me just make sure about that. Yes, Sparkling Sarah. And in the beginning, when I removed her baskets, she was fine, she was healthy, but she was not producing new leaves. just recently, within the past maybe couple of weeks, she started producing new leaves because I took her baskets out and I just put her right back into the same pot. And so she was stunted just a little bit, but she is doing well, and I'm really happy and excited about her. I just see another leaf that I didn't know was coming in over here. And then she has some new leaves that just recently opened, lots of new things happening now that she's acclimated to her new soil. And I do not have to water her very often because, of course, she's in a lot of soil. She's doing really well. I'm so excited about her, and I'm so happy to know that if I take the baskets off of the roots of my plants, all I need to do is really just put it in a smaller pot or cram it in with another plant. And that's what's working for my plants right now. Here's another one that I rescued from Lowe's. I rescued the last one from Lowe's. This one was from Lowe's. Most of them are from Lowe's. You can see right here, this has a little bit of a problem with this low leaf right here. It's one of the lower leaves, so I'm not concerned about it. But what is the name of this one? I can't remember. This one has a very simple name, and I can't remember the name of it. Okay, I'll put it on the screen. But this one is doing really well. It is very full, and it is very healthy. I love this plant. Oh, she's so pretty. This is just such a beautiful plant. Some of the leaves have like tiger stripes, others have like speckles. It's just so beautiful. I really love this one. And when I purchased it, it was more than anything just dry. But I always repot because I don't want to bring anything into my home that would possibly be the reason why it was put on the clearance rack, because it was a healthy plant, but then it was dry. So this one is definitely a beauty, and she's doing well. Next, I have this Etta Rose Agleonema, and this one I did remove the baskets on, and oh, she is so pretty. This one has my heart right now. Oh yeah, she definitely has my heart. This Etta Rose, if I could find another one of her, I would definitely up-pot her to having something a little bit more bushy, because I think that she has my heart right now. This leaf, since I purchased her, is getting so big. She sits in a south-facing window, and she is directly in the window. My son's desk for school is right at the south-facing window. He likes to look at the birds that we have that always seem to frequent our yard. And although we have eagles, a pair of eagles that have been in the really tall tree in our neighbor's yard that looks over our yard, and we've been enjoying watching those eagles. But sometimes we also get hawks, and we have a small dog. So it is a challenge with my neighbor that lives right next to me. I usually have to tell her, or she'll call me and tell me that the hawk is out so that we don't put our small dogs out, because they will try to snatch up your dog. My dog is only 9 pounds. So that is a challenge that we have, but it's okay because we've been enjoying doing research on it. We made it a unit study just to talk about the red-tailed hawks that have been in the trees. So it's been nice. But, excuse me. So this plant is doing so well. And I did remove the baskets. Let me double check, because I keep checking this one because this one never slowed down. I did remove the baskets on this, and this one's actually, it's blooming. It looks like that's a flower. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that looks like a bloom, and right behind it, right down there, it looks like there's a bloom over there as well. And like I said, this leaf right here is getting so big. Look how gorgeous that is. Now, when I purchased this, all of this, these spots, this was the reason why it was on clearance. All of these spots were there on the plant. They haven't changed at all. They're very dry spots. They haven't changed. I'm not offended by them. I think it's just a part of her beauty, because she was on clearance in a beautiful pot. I believe she came, oh, I just saw a gnat. And I can't rest if I see gnats. And I know where it's coming from. It's coming from this pot right here. This is one of my peace lily. This is one of my peace lilies, and the holes on the side of the pots is where they are going. And so I have to try to figure out I have to repot in the spring, but I don't want gnats everywhere. I had to work hard to get rid of my gnats. Okay, I'm gonna try to stay focused. Tunnel vision, tunnel vision. This is a beautiful one. I do love her. It's just, yeah, my Etta Rose she has my heart right now. Next, I have a Diffenbachia. This is the Dieffenbachia Snow, and I purchased this in Home Depot. Was it Home Depot? Yes, it was Home Depot. I don't think so because I only got this for $5. There's no way I got this at Home Depot. It had to have been Lowe's, but I purchased this at Lowe's, I'm going to say. And this is the snow variety. And she is so pretty. Look at that beautiful leaf right there. And in the beginning, I didn't understand why it was called snow, considering the fact that the leaves don't look like snow. But when you look at them from behind, you see that it looks like it has little snowdrops on it. And it actually sparkles in the nighttime. Like when I put a light up to it, it looks so beautiful. I love this plant so much. And as you can see, it has new shoots coming out right there. And for a little while, I didn't have it in enough light. It was sitting on the floor next to my Carmen, but my Carmen doesn't have lower shoots of leaves. It has top leaves, and so it can sit on the floor where it is. But this one was not getting enough light, and so I ended up moving it right next to me, in front of this dresser. These two drawers that it's sitting in front of they're actually just storage drawers for things that I use maybe twice a year, and so I don't go into them very often. So I just put this right here, and since then she has just taken off and she's doing really, really well. So I'm excited about that. The next few, I think that is it that I have in here. So what I will do for the next items is I will go around to them because they're bigger. And the only other things that I will not be able to show you today as far as an update is I have two Syngonium that I will not be able to show you in this update only because they're out in my greenhouse and it's freezing outside. So I'm not going to go out there right now. So I will just show you, I'll show you the ones I have inside. To start with, we'll come to the south facing window, and I'm going to start right here with this Philodendron Birkin. This Birkin is something that I purchased and it had a broken leaf, which is right over here. I never cut it off. Right there. I never cut it off, but now it's nice and firm. I just have it sitting here. In the beginning, I transferred it over to Leca, and the Leca was okay for a little while, but then the water in the Leca, at the bottom of the Leca, kept getting really smelly. And so I took it out and I just put it into soil. And since then, she popped out a new leaf. So I think she's fine. She's transitioned fine over to Leca. So this is another rescue that I have. And again, I didn't take off her damaged leaves, but she's doing just fine with them. And I just wanted to show you this this fiddle leaf fig. This was my very first fiddle leaf fig that I owned. And when I tell you I didn't do well by it in the beginning, I tried so hard and I just couldn't make it happy. And then one day I just put it right here in this spot and it was happy. And so I just left it there. It's leaning over, it's doing everything, but I just won't touch it because I don't want it to be unhappy again. Okay, over here I have two rescues. One of them is the Diffenbachia Sparkle, and she is putting out new leaves. There's one here, and there is another one somewhere. Maybe that's the only, oh no, it's down here. Right there. There's another one. And you can see right here she has a wilted leaf and a leaf that is all dried up. Again, I didn't want to remove anything until I got a chance to update you on these plants. Next to her, almost looking like her twin, is the Amy Diffenbachia, and she is doing really, really well. She had some stuck leaves for a while, like this one right here, right there. That one was stuck. I had to spray her almost every day in order to get her unstuck so that she would come out. But so far she's doing just fine. I'm really excited about her. And then down below there's another Alocasia I didn't remember. Yeah, she's holding on. I can't remember the name of this one, but she's holding on. And every time I come to her, I always check to see what this is in the middle, but it doesn't come off. I've tried to wash it, everything. But she's holding on. I'm really happy about that. Whatever she's doing, she's holding on, and I think she's working on something in her soil. So I just leave her where she is. So now we're over here at my BJ Freeman, and this was my large BJ Freeman that I shared with you, and she is still beautiful. She is shooting out lots of new growth all the time. I purchased two BJ Freemans because I wanted to put them together to join them to make them more full, but this one is growing so quickly that I really think that it's okay for me not to join them. I have the other one downstairs in my closet slash beauty room, and I really like the way it looks down there, so I don't want to move it. This plant is doing really, really well. For a little while, I was losing leaves very regularly, and I was really nervous about it. I even went back into Lowe's and I talked to them about it, and they just said, well, you know, maybe it was the cold damage, because when I bought it, it was cold outside. And so I thought for sure that it was cold damage, but it turned out that it was not the cold damage that was the problem. It was actually being overwatered. And so it was developing spots on the interior of the leaves because the water was not being expelled fast enough for the plant. And so it was rotting the base, and it was just rotting the leaves. And so what I did was I completely stopped watering this plant, and then it started taking off growing. So I was over caring for it, and that was a huge problem for this plant. And now she's doing so well, and she has so many new leaves. And this was my very first large Agleonema. And so I was really excited about her. She's so beautiful. Look at this great big leaf coming in back here. She's so pretty. Oh, look at that. And then she has this one in here. Her leaves feel a little bit soft. It's been about probably about 3 weeks since I've watered her, so maybe it'll be time for her to be watered soon. She's not drooping though, so I'm going to wait until she tells me she wants to be watered so that I don't overwater her. Okay, now for the very last plant that I have that it was a rescue from the past couple of months. This is my BJ Freeman. This is the other BJ that I was going to put in with the BJ Freeman I have in my living room. Again, I thought the other one was going to continue to drop leaves, and so I purchased another one because it was on clearance and because I wanted that plant to be super full, and I thought I was going to lose all of the leaves, but I did not. This one had some damage as well because I was overwatering this one when I got it home as well. And so what I did was I cut the other half of this leaf off because it had one of the water spots on it that was from me overwatering. And then there was another one back here. Nope, that's actually one that I cut, and then I cut half of the new emerging leaf by accident. And I think that was it. All of the rest of the leaves that came in and then ended up with the water spots, I cut those off because they will drip and damage other leaves. And so I don't let them stay on. You know, for me, I love my plants, damage and all, but those were definitely leaves that would compromise the integrity of the plant, and so I take them off. This plant sits next to a snake plant that I rescued from Walmart maybe a year ago, almost a year ago, and it was $4. So beautiful, but that wasn't a part of my February rescue. But this BJ Freeman was a part of my February rescue, and it's getting so big. It does not receive natural lighting. It only receives lighting from my vanity lights. This is just a daylight. This is a daylight light bulb. It is not a grow light of any kind, and the plant seems to be perfectly fine. It has this new growth that is just coming in, and then there was another one that I spotted right there. There's another piece of new growth right there coming in. So it is not hurting in this space with the not natural light. But I will tell you, I move my plants around a lot. And so with something like this, because it is so big, I tend to bring it upstairs every once in a while just to let it sit in front of a south facing or a east facing window, just to give it a little jolt of natural light. And then I will bring it right back to where it is. So I do try to care for them in that way, but I need greenery wherever I go. I'm just totally addicted, if you can't tell. All right, so let's go back upstairs. So that's it. Those are all of my plants that I rescued in January and February from Lowe's or Home Depot or Walmart. And again, the plants that I did not show you are in my greenhouse. And when it gets a little bit warmer outside, I will definitely go out and I will share those with you. I am still dealing with my lung issues right now, and so I don't want to go out into the cold. So I look forward to sharing those with you and showing you how they're doing. And they are Syngonium. They're out there living their best life. So I'm really excited to show those to you. As soon as I get a warm day, I'm going to show you everything in my greenhouse because I think you'll really be excited and shocked to see how well they're doing, even though it's so cold outside. Okay, so enjoy your evening. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really, really do appreciate you. If you took the time to subscribe, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And if you're just here to watch, I appreciate you as well. Definitely appreciate everyone who took the time to watch my video. I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.